ఓం శ్రీ గణేశాయ నమః. ఓం శ్రీ సరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. ఓం సమస్త జన కళ్యాణే నిరతం కరుణామయం నమామి చిన్మయం దేవం సద్గురుం బ్రహ్మ విద్వరం. సద్గురుం బ్రహ్మ విద్వరం. ఓం వసుదేవసుతం దేవం కంసచాణూరమర్దనం దేవకీ పరమానందం కృష్ణం వందే జగద్గురుం. కృష్ణం వందే జగద్గురుం. ఓం సహనావవతు సహనౌ భునక్తు సహ వీర్యం కరవావహై తేజస్వినావధీతమస్తు మా విద్విషావహై. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. హరి ఓం everybody. I think Bhavana, we can do that announcement at the end of the session. We have got a couple of small announcements. We can do it after the class when there'll be more people around.
Okay, भैया.
Yeah, so we can start today's session. Everybody else
Yes.
will. Yes.
ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः. श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः. हरि ओम. In the last class we saw Bhagavan Krishna saying that I create, keeping my prakriti under my control. Prakritim swam prakritim adhishtaya, riding over my prakriti, keeping that prakriti under my control, I bring forth all the beings in the creation, into the creation. At the beginning of every kalpa and at the end of every kalpa, I withdraw all of them into me, the Mola Prakriti, first. Now this is going on, and in this action, because Srishti is a karma, so when you are acting like this, are you not affected by Papa and Punya? You are also get tainted by them, oh Lord. Bhagavan says, no, those actions do not bind me. Nacha mam karmani nibadhananti dhananjaya. So udasinavat, I know I am unattached to these things, like the one who is indifferent. I am totally not indifferent. If I'm actually totally indifferent, the creation cannot exist. The Lord has to be there. But He is not involved in the creation. But He is helping, facilitating the creation for the sake of the jivas. This we saw in the last class very clearly. Okay? Now, so in the 10th verse, what exactly is the process of creation? How Lord is creating? Because He is infinite. The creation is finite. Prakriti is creating. So what is the relationship? So Bhagavan says in the 10th verse, Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagadviparivartate. Mayadhyakshena prakritihi सूयते सचराचरम हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगत विपरिवर्तते. Now Bhagavan says, Maya adhyakshena, adhyakshatva, under my supervision. Supervision. So, adhi aksham. So, presiding over, presidentship. Not only I am the support of the creation, I also see, I also watch. I order Prakriti to create. So, mayadhyakshatvena, He is karmadhyaksha. He is supervising whatever is happening, doing by Prakriti. He is presiding over it, not involved with raga and dvesha. In a way, it is called a non-attached involvement. He is not attached. Involvement, I am word using it for our understanding. But actually, he is supervising it. So therefore, because in 8th Shloka, it is said, Visrujami punah punah, I create all the beings. You said in the 8th verse. And again in 9th verse, he says that I am udasina, I am indifferent, indifferent like indifferent. So this appears to be contradiction. In one verse, you said, I create, I bring forth all the beings. Think. In another verse, you said, I am like indifferent. So what is this? So he says, no, I am adhyakshatvena. Prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Whole Prakriti is producing what? Entire thing in the moving and the unmoving, meaning chara achara srushti. Moving and unmoving, animate, inanimate. All the things are created, suyate, produced, created, brought forth by Prakriti under my supervision. Anena hetuna ekaunteya jagat viparivartate. So because of this, my supervision alone, all the things are happening. So then Prakriti, whatever is in the Prakriti, that alone is coming out. But supplier, the witnessing is, like for example, the petrol in the car is a witness. Meaning witness means, of course, it burns itself, but don't stretch the example. Because in any example, first of all, example is brought into an expression only because we do not understand the context or the original thing, what is to be understood. To make a concept clearer, we use example. So an example means what? Secondary way to understand the concept. So no example is perfect. So only one aspect of example we should take. So in Prakriti, petrol. So the petrol is there and the car is functioning. So the entire nature of car, every car is different in its functions. All depends upon what? Its own swabhava. Or electricity you take. Electricity is existing, supporting. But in the presence of electricity, fan moves. And radio makes noise or voice. Grinder job is different. But in all the functions, it is supervised by supervision is done by whom? Electricity. So electricity is mere in the presence of electricity, all these things are happening. But what is in the Prakriti, the Swabhava is coming out. Because the touch of electricity, the Swabhava alone is coming out. Fan cannot be washing the clothes like washing machine. Washing machine cannot work what the radio is doing. What the radio cannot do, what the mixer or grinder is doing. So the Swabhava, what is Mola Prakriti, what is there in unmanifest Prakriti, it just all comes out. But the touch of consciousness, presence of consciousness is required. So Prakriti does, creates and revolves depending upon its own Swabhava. In all our case, we are supported by whom? The Lord within the heart. But what is coming out of us is all only our Swabhava. So Lord is presiding The same Lord supporting everybody. The thief, the dacoit, the saint, the sage, the ignorant. Everyone is supported by whom? The same Lord inside. But what is coming out is Prakriti, Swabhava is coming out. Very beautifully, Bhagavan says, therefore, this is my relationship with the creation. Maya chakshatvena, chakshena prakriti suyate sacharachara. Creates, produces the charasushti, acharasushti, moving and unmoving, animate and inanimate. So I don't have any emotional involvement in the creation. I'm not attached to creation. I'm facilitating for the jivas. Having understood this, so but if you are like this, this is I am there, this is my role in the creation, and I manifest also in the creation to help, to guide, to establish dharma. But I don't interfere. Very important word. Interference is different. Interference means सभी लोगों के अंदर जो प्रकृति बैठी है, स्वभाव जो बैठा है, उसको भगवान ने कभी छेड़ता नहीं. छेड़छाड़ कुछ नहीं करता है भगवान, केवल उपदेश देता है. अपना संकल्प या अपना जो विचार है, उसको भगवान जबरदस्ती किसी के ऊपर ठोक नहीं देता, ठोकता नहीं. उपदेश देता है. वहां पे भी अध्यक्षत्व. So he says, avajananti ma mudhaha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. avajananti ma mudhaha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajananto Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. So if the Paramatma is there in the creation very much as the witness, and he takes incarnations also to guide us, so Bhagavan says, Mudhaha Mam Avajananti. So even though, see, listen now very carefully. That is the power of Maya. What is power of Maya? Even though all the greatest things are happening in the creation, it's miracle only. Everything is miracle. Heartbeat miracle, blood circulation miracle, digestion is miracle, birth of the baby is a miracle, the spinning of the earth is a miracle, all the beings and functions and the nature and the cyclic things in nature and all these things are miracles only. Birth of the galaxy, star, again dissolve, everything is miracle. Where is this energy? Phenomenal amount of energy. Inconceivable energy is there. That which is running and moving galaxies altogether in the vast infinite space. We see order, we see law. So everything is expression. And same Lord, when it takes physical incarnation, and he guides us, he awakens us to that perception of the totality. He tunes us and asks us to see that totality. See, all this is divinity only. But Mudaha avajananti. People are ajanantah. They don't know. Why? Avajananti ma Mudaha. Who is the Murkha? Mudha means a fool. Who is a fool? Fool is the one. He honors those who are not to be honored. He doesn't honor those who are to be honored. He follows the path which is not to be followed. He doesn't follow the path which is to be followed. He withdraws when an involvement is required. He involves where involvement is not required, withdrawal is necessary. He talks where it is not necessary. He doesn't talk where it is necessary. He is called Mudha. So Bhagavan says, fools disregard me. Avajananti ma Mudaha. When? Manushim tanum ashritaha. Because he's a Mudha is a Brahma. He's actually the all Mudhas, all fools are in a delusion. What kind of delusion it is? They are unable to recognize the divinity which is expressing in incarnation. Manushim tanum ashritam. When I have taken incarnation, when I dwell in human form, when I reside in a human body and functioning, and all the things are demonstrated by the Lord. See? You can just see, for example, Duryodhana could not see the divinity. Even though Bhagavan Krishna demonstrated many of his supreme powers, including in the assembly, when he went to talk to Kauravas, asking them or narrating them or warning them the consequences of the war. And he showed his Vishwarupa. Please understand, please believe me, Sakshat Ishvara is talking. Duryodhana thought that, oh, you are making some gimmicks here and there. Nonsense it is. I'll bind you. And he brought a rope to tie him. So, Pashyannapi chana pashyati mudaha. He is seeing. In fact, the visibility is there. Yet I am unable to understand. They are called mudhaha. So, mudhaha mam avajananti. Tanum manushim tanum ashritam. So, divinity is expressing in the human form. When we call Bhagavan is incarnation. Yet we don't recognize him. Param bhavam ajanantaha. Why is it that? Because they don't know my higher bhavam, higher nature, higher being. I am that something. See, one is the visible sign of an individual. The dress and then physical body and then physical condition, the way he talks, is a visibility. What is the invisible side of it? Invisible side is what? His qualifications, his experience, his wisdom, his contributions, his research, his talents. Are all invisible. So only when someone tells me, oh, do you know him? I don't know. I thought he's been sitting here next to me. But he is such so and so person. Oh my God, you are the person. Is your greatness. So He is sitting quietly next to me, but I don't know his glory or greatness. Similarly, when Bhagavan says, I am taking the human form, but they don't know me, the higher being, higher things of mine. As what? Bhuta Maheshwaram. That that aspect of the Lord of all beings, that aspect is not known to the fools. The visible thing is different. Invisible thing is. Higher beings, higher quality, we don't know. Why? He has taken in the disguise of human form. Yeah, Arjuna deluded like that. On 11th chapter, we come when we see, when that time that we can see. He thought Bhagavan Krishna was none other than my cousin brother and this and that, Buva ka ladka, my father's sister's son. Therefore, Krishna says here, see in all the great Mahatma, see in earlier also Bhagavan said, no, Janma karma cha me divyam, evam yo veti tattvataha. See, Chaktva deham punarjanma na eti, mam eti saha Arjuna. See, we already saw in 4th chapter 9 sloka. My janma karma cha me divyam, my birth and life, action, sorry, are divyam, divine. But people don't know. They don't know one fact that if I am not even supporting the creation doesn't exist. The worlds will perish. So my higher aspect, O Arjuna, people do not recognize. Same in the case of the saint and sage. And ordinary people, when we see, they have some great qualities. When we come to know, we really admire them. And what to talk of this, the highest being, the one without a second, infinite, Ishvara. When he takes that human form, a small form he takes, as a human being, on a tiny earth, we cannot recognize him because we are mudhaha. And what do these mudhas do? Who are all the mudhas? What are the function of the mudhas? What is their existence, or how these fools exist? In fact, in this world now, what we are going to see, this Shloka, all of us are like this only. We're so much deluded we are. So much we are deluded. So Bhagavan says, Moghasha Mogha Karmano Mogha Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha Moghasha Mogha Karmanaha Mogha Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Very important. This is actually autobiography of a Murkha. This Shloka speaks is what? Autobiography of a fool. How does a fool live in this world? First one is what? He entertains Moghasha. Moghasha means vain hopes. Mogha Asha. A deluded, vain hopes. Hope is always with respect to future. So what is the fool does? He always projects certain hopes to realize in future. And all those hopes are vain hopes. So many things. ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, ऐसा जिएंगे, वैसा जिएंगे. I live like that. I think this will be completed. That will be completed. So on, keep on building dreams, dreams, dreams. Live in future only. Unborn future. We project. Moghasha. There's no credibility. There's no guarantee that we achieve. All these things we project. Artham anartham bhavaya nityam. Bhagavan Shankaracharya said, please think that wealth is, brings all kinds of adversities. And what is the guarantee that we live tomorrow morning or today evening? Next moment. So we remember now, we don't visualize a path which will support me and uplift me spiritually. All impossible dreams we project. We are not working on them for that. We project it, which are impossible tasks, impossible dreams, vague ideas, notions. He projects. Oh, no, I'll study this. Not even just he's studying still in the 10th class or 12th class, a degree or PG. Not even anything left settled yet. I'm not embarked upon the life journey completely, fully. He said, oh, my education, I'll complete my education. I think I will get into this company. I think I'll get this much salary. I think I will settle there and I'll marry. I think I'll construct the house. I think I'll take this car. I'll go to that country. I'll go to this country. I will earn money. Are we any guarantee that we realize all those things? Absolutely not. Since they're all vain hopes, when they don't happen, materialize, we get depressed, dejected. Moghasha. And for realizing all of them, false hopes, in order to realize those false hopes, what do? We engage vain actions. Moha karmana. We engage in such actions. There is no beauty in that action. There is no guarantee of anything in that action. That action itself is performed with impurities in mind. That action is stamped by jealousy, hatred, comparison, etc. That action is only towards selfishness. Moha karmana. Vrtha, 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 vrtha. So many things, so much of knowledge. All that, that's why so much of knowledge you gained in this world related to the worldly knowledge. So much of information. And we engage so many activities we gain. Self-created stressful activities every day. Actions which have no importance at all. Think. Then supported by what? Mogha jnana. And we get what? Vain knowledge. Supported by knowledge itself. Our understanding of the life, the world, the relationships, everything is vain knowledge. On false knowledge, we try to, based on that false knowledge, with the help of the false knowledge, we try to act, keeping false hopes. That action also is false actions, vain actions. VAIN, vain. Moghasha, mogha karmana. Because when we don't bring element of divinity to our actions, to our knowledge, if they don't bring element of divinity to knowledge and the action, and we don't bring the element of divinity to the very purpose of our life, we are not divinizing our life. So when we don't divinize life, it's waste. So we don't bring divinity to knowledge. So knowledge is purely secular, nothing spiritual. And that knowledge is all waste. I just tell you. I mean, this is my feeling. You may disagree. I don't mind, even if you disagree. Vain knowledge. There are so many quizzes that they conduct. So many questions they ask. Suppose cricket, in that year, who bowled whom, how many times, who took how many wickets. All that you by hearted general knowledge in cricket, and then that's called rapid fire also. Rapid fire. The poor fellow, he prepares all kinds of information about the cricket and goes. And he gets rapid fire. Oh, first prize, something is got. As that is anyway, that knowledge is useful. So many general knowledge we say. Who killed whom, who was born there, when there's dates and the times and so many things, rapid fire questions and ask and ask. See, when we don't bring divinity, we think all this is very great. We glorify this secular knowledge. When we start thinking, children also ask me many riddles. I'm busy or sometime. Sometime I will just think and amuse I will entertain them for some time. But otherwise, Swami, can you know this? Can you tell me a riddle? I asking you. I said, no, please answer me. Because that is immaterial for me in my life. How does it matter? Oh, you failed. Okay. Is it so important? So divinity. So divinize your knowledge. Divinize your actions. Divinize your life path. Then we need, of course, secular knowledge is required. World is required for us. So we use them. But divinizing them. Sanctify everything. That's what I mean. Otherwise, moga asha, moga karmanaha, moga jnana, supported by vain knowledge, we engage in vain hopes, entertain vain hopes, engage in vain actions, vichetasaha, with a devoid of intelligence, senseless. Chetasa means sense, vicheta, senseless. No intelligence, murkha, paramamurkha, vichetasa. We don't know why we are born, and everything, what all we have learned, gained, this and that, we glorify. I don't understand in the evening of my life, all these are all fit for nothing, useless third things actually. What ultimately comes to with me is what? That real transformation, real or a real divinized actions, and then divinized knowledge. Suppose I gain the knowledge of physics and chemistry, see the glory of the Lord, use it for the purpose of for the serving society, for discoveries. All that is fine. See the divinity as physics. And see his glory there in physics also, in chemistry also. Everywhere his glory is there. Lord's glory. In botany, zoology, everywhere in every subject you see, there is divinity. So I search that for divinity. I hope you are understanding this. We are not against of anything. We cannot be, because everything is divinity alone, expression only. But don't entertain vain hopes, engage in vain actions, supported by vain knowledge. No. Whole life is wasted. You know the story of that a famous story, all of you know, the Pandit and a boatman traveling, and then Pandit asked the boatman, "Oh, what do you do? Do you know Vyakarana grammar?" He says, "I don't know. 25% of life is wasted when they were traveling in the boat in the middle of the in the river." And then you know mathematics? No. To another 20% waste. Or do you know science? No, no, I don't know, sir. Oh, another 20% is wasted. The poor man, boatman said, "I don't know anything what to do." Middle of the ocean, in the river, suddenly flood came, the water rising, the level is rising, and the boat is in great turbulence, about to drown. Then this man asked him, you know the story, पंडित से पूछा, महाराज आपको क्या तैरना आता है? बोले मुझे नहीं आता है। तो आपका जीवन पूरा सत्यानाशी हो गया, 100% गया है। So that's how purely secular. Bhagwan Gurudev very clear said, only secular without sacred or spirituality is a disastrous. And only spiritual, not at all, no secularism or no worldly knowledge at all, no for working knowledge in the world, that also bring great destruction. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara. So Krishna representing the spiritual values, Arjuna representing the secular value system. When these two come together, there's a prosperity in this world. Spirituality is separated from secular, knowledge, secular world. Secularism is a great disaster. Or everybody became extremely spiritual, ignoring the outer world and prosperity, that also brings destruction. In this world, we need both. Yatra partho dhanurtharaha. Tatra srihi vijayaha bhutihi dhruvaniti matirmama. 18th chapter, last slokas, Bhagavad Gita. Sanjaya says this. Gurudev's commentary is so fantastic on this. So then, why are they doing like this? Because they are taking the support of Rakshasic nature. Rakshasim, Asurim Chaiva. Both are no Rakshasic nature, devilish and undivine. Undivine. Rakshasa. It means who is selfish. Rakshasa. Selfish fellows. So, Rakshasa is one who does harm to others. Other type of Rakshasa. One type of Rakshasa is selfish. Other type of Rakshasa is who does harm to whom? Others in society. He harm others. Without in some type provocation, they are devils. Extremely devils. So therefore, we are commit our we commit make mistakes because of our nature of this Rakshasi nature and devilish nature. Asuric nature, devilish nature, sorry, undivine. Asuri is undivine. Rakshasi is devilish. Rakshasa swabhava, asura swabhava. Therefore, karma kim param, karma tat jadam, Ravana Maharshi says. How can the karma action be very supreme? Why? Karma is jadam. It is insentient. Unless Ishvara is there, the karma cannot give you results. Therefore, knowledge is in vain, entertaining false hopes, engaging in false actions, taking support of the deeply embroiled in Rakshasi devilish nature or Asurak nature, undivine, Prakriti Mohinim Shritaha. Mohinim Prakritim Shritaha. He is taking the completely caught up or support of Mohini Prakriti, delusive or deceitful Prakriti. Ka ashray leke. This man is Shritaha. Delusive power. Rakshasim, Asurim Chaiva, Prakritim, Mohinim Shritaha. So, whose life it is? Autobiography of a fool. Wow, so many dreams, so many hopes, so many useless actions that we involve in. Vague dreams. I met, I was with a Mahatma, and someone came to meet him, an old man. The Mahatma was asking. He answers. So he said, my wife and son are not carrying me in this old age. Some from village type, villager. And I wrote all my lands and all that in the name of my son and then wife, but they are not treating me well. I want that land back from them. I will take it, my land, I will take it back from my son. That old man asked, are you getting food every day? Yes, I'm getting food. In the village. Are they taking care of you? Of course, they are taking care of me. They are giving me food, but they don't respect me. They don't honor me, etc., etc. He said, well, how old are you? 76, 77. At this age, since they are giving you food, happily little bit eat, little food eat, quietly sit down. Why quarrel now over that property, with the wife and then the sons and everybody? You are not going to live for long. What do you want to do with that land? Why do you want to take it back again? He said, I will take that land back. I have some project to complete. So what project? I will grow Nimbu garden, lemon trees I wanted to grow. Oh. Then In the midst of lemon trees, I will construct a small temple. Small, very small. Like a one-room temple. Then I'll stay there. The Mahatma was laughing. I was also laughing. Vain hopes. That age he wanted to do this and that. It is not determination. And determination in which field? Outer world, spiritual dimension. When we enter from spiritual dimension, Bhagavan Krishna is speaking. It's all wasting time. One or two people, three or four monks were there with that Mahatma, and when we laughed, he also got angry at us. They are laughing at us. Mahatma said, no, no, no. They are laughing for some other reason. He protected us. No, no, see this old man at this age also, how determined he is. Because of that, they are feeling joyful. Therefore, they are laughing. Somehow he protected us from this old man. He was getting angry on us. Why are you laughing? Like that. So many come. So many people in the world. A 70 or 80. Many people. Oh, Swamiji, I want to construct a house where on the mountain, and then I live there happily seeing the ocean. We had once a camp in somewhere, Port Blair. Some delegates have come, about 100 people. So they had the informal chat with that Swami there. Swami is sitting there. Somebody asked him, what's the cost of land here? Can we purchase and settle here? How old is he? Retired, old man, family living in this somewhere, and he want to settle in Port Blair. But any meaning in it? Who will take care of you? What at this age purchasing land, constructing? ये क्या करना क्या चाहते हो? You already have your own house. All our dreams are like that. Because supported by knowledge is not correct. So, my dear, moghasa, moha karmana, moha jnana, vichetasa becomes senseless. Rakshasi masurim chaiva, mohinim prakritim sritaha. So, they are a very possessing what? Rakshasic nature, asurak nature. So, devilish nature of both Rakshasas and Asuras. They are possessed by delusive nature. Mohini prakritim sritaha. And prakriti is two types. In Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidaji says Vidya Maya, Avidya Maya. So Vidya Maya is one which redeems us from samsara. Avidya Maya ties us down to samsara. Vidya Maya, Avidya Maya. Vidya Maya, with the support of Vidya Maya, we can get out of the Maya. If you take support of Mohini Prakriti, Avidya Maya, which deludes us, that Prakriti binds us to this world. So therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says, oh my dear Arjuna, so please understand this. So, two or three important things in life. One question is, what are we doing with our lives? What do you want from this world? But we are so attached to this world. We build so many dreams, so many hopes. As we entire clouded in a delusion, we live in that totally deluded condition. What do we want? How many lives we have already lived? Fighting with everybody, jealousies, hatred, comparisons. What you wanted to achieve something? What is that? Uh, Are, are we divinizing our life? Are we utilizing our knowledge and experience in the service of the society and the world? Are we using our life energy, the life balance life? Are we doing anything for some culture or country or society? Or we are become a great burden to the country and society and the family? Think. आयुर्नश्यति पश्यतां प्रतिदिनं याति क्षयं यौवनम् प्रत्यायान्ति गताः पुनर्न दिवसाः कालो जगद्भक्षकः शैवी चिन्ताविहीनं मम हृदयमहो मानगर्वाधिरूढम् क्षन्तौ यो मे अपराधः शिव 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 भोः श्रीमहादेव शम्भो Ayurnashyati Pashyatam. I'm seeing my eye is getting reduced. Pratidinam Yatikshayam Yavvanam. All my youthfulness, energy, day by day, it is now diminishing. Pratyayanti Gatah Divasaha. Those days who are gone by, Punarna Divasaha. Like they don't come back again. Kalo Jagadbhakshakaha. The time is Jagadbhakshakaha. Eating, swallowing, everything. So how am I spending time? Shaivi Chinta Vihinam. Without constantly remembering and praying to the Lord Shiva, Mama Hrudayam Aho Managharvadhirudham. My heart is filled with pride. I am deep rooted pride. Everything is filled my heart. Filled my heart with what? Pride. Managarva. Managarva. Always measuring myself with compared to others. Pride. How great I am. This and that. So this man says, Kshantavyo me aparadha. Meri aparadh hai. I made a mistake of not worshipping you, O Lord, considering all this is real. Shiva 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 Bhoho Sri Mahadeva Shambho. So question is, what are we doing with our life? Please think. It's very important. Moghasha, Mogha Karmana, Avajananti Mam Mudaha, Manushim Tanum Ashritam, Parambhava Majanantah, Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram, Moghasha, Mogha Karmana, Mogha Jnana Vichetasa, Rakshasi Masurim Chay, Mohanim Prakriti Mashritaha, Kritaha. Think, my dear. Please think. And most of us, We listen to Geeta, we listen to some talks, online talks, but then are we engaging in actively in our active spiritual sadhana and actively engaging in service? So our ego is happy that you got a lot of information that in the form of Gita and other things. Oh, I know this. I studied that. Both badhiya hai, both. It's a trap. Another trap of because mind is always okay, okay, very good, very good, very good. But it is neither converting itself. That knowledge is not getting converted into a deep spiritual practice, nor a great service to the world outside. Both have to be done actually simultaneously. And the life is being wasted, criminal waste of our time and resources and energy. Please think. Please think. Most of the online students everywhere in the world, I'm talking. Should have somebody was coming. Somebody we become lazy. We only listen to online talks now. We cannot come offline. They said we are lazy. I said, congratulations, continue as long as you are living. All the best. We don't want to come to mission or we don't want to go to temple or anywhere. Bas घर में बैठो बस. No, nothing, no service. Literally, it happened in some place. When villager called some diagnostic center for scanning, he literally it happened. Somehow they recorded the talk conversation. Literally, it happened. Sir, this scanning, my son has to be scanning, has to be done. I'll send the photograph. Can you scan? That man said, what are you talking nonsense? How can I scan your photograph? And funnily you are talking. You has to come, patient has to come to scan for scanning. What are you talking? No, I thought all digitization. What digitization? But we don't realize. We are not realizing. And we are very comfortable at our homes. But please think about it. Are we really growing? Or is another moghasha, moghajnana, vichetasaha, senseless we are becoming? I leave this question to all of you. It's all for you to answer. Each one of us, we have to answer this question to ourselves. How I am spending my life on earth? It's an introspective question. Nobody can judge anybody here. So with this, I conclude here for today. So we'll start from 13th verse in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you all. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om, everybody. I'll just take a minute. So please, if you could bear with me. Couple of announcements. One is that the youth of our mission ashram are starting Vibhishan Geeta from today evening. So the kids, the young boys and girls would be talking on Vibhishan Geeta. Today evening, it's a 4-day program. The program has been shared on the group. So please come and encourage them. It would be great, such young boys and girls talking on Vibhishan Geeta. So it would be lovely for us to listen to it also, number one. Number two, on 22nd, Monday, coinciding with Prana Pratishtha ceremony of Ram Lala at Ayodhya, we are having a Bhavya Karyakram at our ashram. Starting from morning, we have Ashtottara and Archana Ashtottara, and there will be a Bhandara also. We are offering 1008 Vanamala to the huge Hanumanji at our ashram. And followed by that, there will be live streaming of the Prana Pratishtha ceremony also. And in the evening, we also have Deepadanam. It will be almost like a Diwali. It will be a Diwali. It's homecoming of Ramlala, so we are having that program. So everybody who can join, please do join. Everybody who can share with your friends and families, please do that. It is a moment of celebration for all of us, absolutely without doubt. Jai Shri Ram. And one last announcement. In our Vedanta class on Sunday, which happens every Sunday, 10 to 11, we are completing the text Hindu culture, most probably by tomorrow or another week, maybe maximum. We'll be starting Bhagavad Gita, and we will be just following Swamiji from the beginning. Swamiji's talk based on Shankara Bhashya and Puja Gurudev's commentary. So we are starting Bhagavad Gita once again from beginning, and that will be Sunday 10 to 11, and that's a study group which is coordinated every Sunday morning. So all of you are requested to take note of that. Those who want to join, those who are enjoying Swamiji, wonderful. But we welcome you to revise along with us. Thank you so much. That's all. We'll see all of you next week. Jai Shri Ram.
थैंक यू भैया।
Thank you, beta. Close कर दो session.
हाँ जी।